U.S. President Donald Trump has recently been boasting of his economic policies, linking them to the country's economic growth. Figures released by the U.S. Department of Commerce last December showed that the American economy grew at an annual rate of 3.2% in the third quarter of 2017. That's nearly a year after Trump took the oath of office. U.S. unemployment also saw a decline under Trump, reaching 4.1% in late 2017. Creating new jobs has been one of Trump's key campaign promises. The former real estate mogul, who entered the White House with zero political experience, advocated for protectionist policies. He has even infuriated the U.S.'s closest allies by imposing tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from Canada, Mexico, and the European Union. While his controversial decisions have fueled concerns about a global trade war, they seem to be working for the United States. While statistics show a new rise in the U.S. economy, concerns are growing about the long-term effects of President Donald Trump's economic measures. The UN Monitor on Poverty has warned that Trump is deliberately forcing millions of Americans into financial ruin, cruelly depriving them of food and other basic protections. In an interview with The Guardian, UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston came down hard on Trump's economic agenda, saying it is rewarding the rich and punishing the poor. Alston, who acts as a watchdog on extreme poverty around the world, noted that millions of Americans are grappling with severe deprivation of food and almost no access to health care. The Trump administration's aggressively repressive economic policies, as Alston brands them, could further widen the gap between the rich and poor in the U.S.
Donald Trump is doing exactly what it is he's supposed to do. He's protecting the America that he believes in, rebuilding the America that he dreams of. However, that America that Donald Trump envisions and intends to make great again has a negative impact on millions of us in this country. And it is our responsibility, just like Donald Trump is on his job every day, it's our responsibility to be on our job. It's our responsibility to make sure that Donald Trump cannot make us poor, cannot keep us hungry, cannot keep us sick.
The U.S., home to 1 in 4 of the world's more than 2,000 billionaires, is one of the wealthiest societies. Yet 40 million Americans live in poverty. To combat the growing inequality, the U.S. president's fellow Republicans passed a tax cut bill last December, which permanently slashes corporate rates and lowers taxes for individuals. The UN Monitor on Poverty has sharply criticized Trump and the Republicans for the measure that Philip Alston believes overwhelmingly benefited the wealthy.
The 2019 budget for the U.S. economy is cutting everything that's important to poor people. Everything from, when I say everything, I mean things like housing budgets, healthcare budgets, including Medicare and Medicaid, even people's ability to feed themselves in the food stamp program, people's ability to educate themselves by financial aid cuts. So those things that people who have been poor have relied on for so long are now being cut.
Many economists said the president himself would largely benefit from provisions in the bill, such as eliminating the alternative minimum tax and abolishing the state tax. It's important to remember that Trump and his family own large companies inside and outside the U.S.
The projected budget for the U.S. government is supposed to give something like $43 billion to Lockheed Martin, who already has a lot of money. Lockheed Martin is this company that makes, these weapons that the United States uses to terrorize people all around the world.
While the U.S. is witnessing an economic boom as a result of Trump's policies, the future definitely looks bleak.